I'm with Mia and Molly from Magic Netball Club. First two games in the under-13s ENG Youth Netball Premier League. One win and one loss. So it was an indifferent day, one extreme to the other. So we're going to start with the negative side of it, which was Ryland. Let's start with that game. So Ryland, you didn't seem to wake up until somewhere in the third quarter. Mia, for you, was it a case of being back at it and not really, mentally preparing yourself for it, or was it just Ryland was that good and you kind of as a team didn't really work them out quick enough before the score was way beyond your reach?
I don't think we brought the intensity to the start. I think the Ryland was the better team, but we could have played back much better.
But Mia, I always ask these questions, right? And people like you say we didn't bring the intensity, but I want to know why you didn't bring the intensity to that game, because you know what this league entails, you know how competitive it is. So how come Mia didn't bring the intensity to the Ryland game?
I think we just had a slow start. We didn't realise how good we were, how good they were.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And the same for you? What was it about Ryland that you kind of just looked cold?
Well, yeah, we didn't have enough pressure. We were letting them have big gaps between us. So if we made a turnover, it would normally just go back. And yeah, I think we just really needed to start quicker, and that's what we did in the second game.
Yes, you finally did get going against Ryland, but it was kind of a little bit too late. And I know your coach wasn't particularly happy with just not the technical side of things. It's just the mental side of things and how you approach the game. So you go from Ryland onto Teambridge, which on paper was a tougher game based on results from last season, and you was a completely different team. You're very aggressive in a good way, not a bad way, but very aggressive, very determined, and you look strong, you look together. And the frustrating thing is, why did that not happen in the first game? But what was said between the team that made you more determined in that one?
I think with the second game, we just really wanted it. After the first game, we were a bit annoyed and we didn't think we played well. But the second game, we really wanted it and proved up.
Yeah, because we knew that if we would have gone 100%, the score would have been a lot closer. So we just knew that we had to go full out for the second game.
And Teambridge, I think, let's talk about the technical side of the game. So it was very evenly matched. You managed to get a small lead, which you maintained. What did you do? Because I can't remember the score from last season, but I think they beat you last season very convincingly. What did you do that affected the way they played? Because within their team, they looked very frustrated. They looked like they were shouting at each other and very angry at each other. What were you doing that was kind of disrupting the way they played?
Well, I think our actual technical aspect was still really good, but I think the mental aspect, we just...
In the actual gameplay, what were you doing better as a team?
I think we were delaying. We put too much, well, no, not too much, lots of defensive pressure on them. That caused them to make errors.
And when you're playing the game, could you feel that the more pressure you put on, the more mistakes they're making?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, because we were in defence, we were blocking them out, and it really, really worked.
You've beaten a team that come joint top last season. They got pipped to the post by goal difference. I think what you've done now, you've set a marker for yourself and set a standard which you now can take going forward. What does that result mean to you as a team? Because that type of performance has been long coming. What does that mentally now? What are you thinking you can achieve in this league? If you're beating one of the top teams who come top two last season, and you beat them well, what are you thinking now as a team? What do you think you can achieve now within this league?
I think we just need to keep up what we've been doing, what we just did in the last game, and keep the aggression and the mental aspect, and I think we'll be able to...
Mia, does that performance challenge Eagles? Does it challenge AP Saints?
Yes, definitely.
Do you feel now, if you take that performance to those teams, you're going to be in a better position to win those games?
Yeah, I think if we played just like we did then, we could win.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was an entertaining game. It's a performance I've been dying to see from your team, because technically you look great, but then sometimes you feel the character's missing, but it was there in abundance, and we finally got out of you what was already there. So well done, superb second win, and we'll see you again in December.
Thank you.